But like I said, should be an easy, quick ship and live, probably 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll be done. Let me see. Let me make sure all my pages are up. I gotta make sure I got Nifty up so I can read it. And as you guys are coming in, let me know if you're watching on replay. Say replay down in the chat below. Also, make sure you're liking the live wherever you're watching, either Facebook or YouTube. And if you have anything cool that sold, feel free to drop those in the chat as well. Let me know what you sold. And we'll start with a Poshmark order. We only have one Poshmark order from yesterday. It's nothing too crazy either. I picked these up in a bulk buy locally. These are men's Adriano Goldschmied pants. I don't really pick these up too often, but the person I did the bulk buy with had 4 of these, I think 3 or 4 of these, and I bought them all for $4 each. So I was like, I'll just buy them for 4. It's fine. This one sold for $19. This was only listed for probably about a week and a half, and it's sold. So nice little quick sale on that one. What's up, Oliver? What's up, Juliet? Little bread and butter sale again. Nothing super crazy on that one. Just basic bread and butter. That one's going right in. I had it listed, I think, for 23. And then the person made a $19 offer. I was like, who cares? I've already sold, I think I sold 2 more from that same bulk buy. I think I got 1 more left. How about eBay chat go yesterday? Good question. I forgot about the eBay chat. eBay chat went really good. I talked to the gentleman for, I think it was like 45 minutes. And yesterday's theme, because they have like a theme they go over when they talk to you. Yesterday's theme was about promoted listings and about promoted, that says a word for it. It's like premium promoted listings. I think it's like premium promoted or something like that. So basically they were talking to me about the pay-per-click and then the regular promoted. And they were trying to talk to me about doing the pay-per-click one, but then after he had a big old long spiel about it, I just let him know, like, look, pay-per-click doesn't make any sense for what I sell. If I was selling all Ralph Lauren shirts or I was selling all ties or something like that tie store that we showed before, then pay-per-click would make a lot of sense. But when it comes to pay-per-click, what you're doing is you're basically buying words on eBay, and whenever somebody types in one of those words, and if you bought that word, basically you get pushed to the top of search, and your item will be given to them more often. But when they click on your item, you have a specific price that you pay based off that click. And I told them I have too many items in my store. Like, how would I pick one word to buy? Basically, it wouldn't make any sense. I just have too many things listed. It's like a garage sale. You wouldn't advertise a garage sale in your newspaper and pay a bunch of money for it. You would just put a sign at the end of the street, and that's basically what we do when we do promoted regular listings. And he's like, yeah, you're absolutely right. But if you ever get to the point where you're buying wholesale or something like that, and you're buying a bunch of the same brand and your store is like half of one brand, then that's when you would do it. And I was like, yeah, of course, that's when I would do a promoted pay-per-click campaign. But other than that, it doesn't make any sense. So basically, most of the thing that we talked about yesterday was that. I don't know what next time's supposed to be about, but basically this time I was like, I learned a lot. I learned how to use Google. There's a Google keyword. You can type in Google keyword at the top of your search, and then you can actually look on Google what people are paying for keywords for advertising, and you could apply that to eBay, and you could use some of those in your titles. So if people are searching right now, like one of the top searches for dresses is prom dresses. So if you put the word prom dress into your title on eBay, there's more of a chance on Google they'll find it, and also on eBay they'll find it, because if people are searching on Google, they're probably searching on eBay for the same exact thing. That doesn't really apply to many of our listings because we don't really sell too many like prom dresses. We sell dresses, but not that many prom type dresses. But you can do some searches throughout the year and see what people are looking for, and then add those keywords into your listing. That was something new I learned. But other than that, it was pretty much promoted listings and promoted listings pay-per-click that they were talking about, and I'm not really interested in that. So what's your average sales price on eBay? Where do I find that? It's under my sales, right? Marketing. No, not under marketing. Performance sales. I think it's under sales, right? Average sales price is $40.88 on eBay. $40.88. What's up, True Kid? Welcome in, everybody. That was a good chat. I learned a little bit about how the pay-per-click thing works too, because I didn't really know about how the pay-per-click thing works, and now I do. I had a blanket promotion in for a while now. I'm thinking about going individual promotion. Some items need more promotion than others. Yeah, he talked about that a little bit too. I just do a flat line promotion too. I keep it all at 7%. He was telling me too, like he went into my analytics and was able to see when I dropped it from 9% to 7% recently, like how much of a dip I got on the clicks. And he's like, I would actually go the other way. I would start promoting more. And of course, he works for eBay. His job is to get me to pay more for my listing. So I understand that too. But I told him my sales haven't dipped since I dropped from 9% to 7%. Even though I'm getting less clicks, I'm still selling just as much because only 1/3 of my items that I sell actually come from promoted listings. So if 2/3 are already selling without me needing clicks, basically they're just selling when somebody searches the item, they find it, they buy it. There's no point for me to increase just to get more clicks. Like I'm paying more for more clicks, and it doesn't make any sense. So, how many items do you have in your eBay store? I currently have. I currently have 2,186. 2,186. Quantity is 2,493. The reason the quantity and the listings are different is because some items I have multi quantities of. So if I have a listing and I have 15 of the same item, then that's a multi quantity. So it'll only count as one listing, but 15 items. Did you? Oh, I didn't mention about that. No. Oh, I forgot to mention that. I'll mention it next time. I got another meeting with them in like a week. So clicks are not all the same. You're not all the same, Felix. Felix is here. Everybody. Your strategy makes sense. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna pay more just to get more clicks because it didn't convert. It didn't make any sense. Like I told him, my sales. If you look at my sales are actually increased since last year, and I'm not like promoting an extensive amount more. I'm just doing the same thing over and over, just filling my store with good stuff. So I said, unless I see a huge dip in my sales, there's no point to increase my promoted listings rate. It just doesn't make sense. They want you to promote more. Yeah, exactly. I understood that when he was talking. I was like, yeah, he's trying to get me to promote more, which is okay. I mean, that's his job, but it doesn't make any sense. So happy Taco Tuesday. Wasn't yesterday like Taco Tuesday for you, Trisha? Oh man. How do you change your operation? How do you change your operations on Poshmark in light of the new policy? So Nifty already did that for us. Nifty doesn't relist under 60 days now. So your listings won't get relisted unless they're 60 days or older, which is what Poshmark wants. When it comes to manually or having Nifty delist or manually delisting, I'm just going to keep doing it. If Poshmark bans me for delisting an item that's sold on eBay, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't leave that item active. They would make no sense. It make no sense because if then somebody buys that item, you're gonna have to cancel that order. So basically, what Poshmark is trying to tell you to do is get a bunch of customers mad for a bunch of canceled orders. So I just keep doing what I'm doing. If I get banned for a week or I can't list for a week, then oh well. I think right now Poshmark's algorithm's all messed up. They're banning people that shouldn't be banned. So they'll fix it eventually. Yeah, I completely forgot about that question. Would you ever do eBay Live? I talked to him about that too. I said if they ever built their platform enough to compete directly with Whatnot and had enough buyers, they have enough buyers on the platform, but they don't have enough buyers buying on eBay Live. If they ever did, I would definitely try it out. And he's like, yeah, we see what you're doing, and we'd love to have you sell on our platform. I said, I can't. Like, there's not enough people buying on your platform. I can't get the same. I have to get the same prices as I'm getting on Whatnot. There has to be the same kind of affiliate program where I can bring buyers in. You guys don't have that. Like, there's a lot you guys need to fix. And he's like, yeah, we'll probably reach out to you after we're done with all these calls and talk to you about that. And I was like, that's fine, but I'm not going to commit. I've already tried the Jamble thing. The Jamble thing didn't work. I wouldn't leave Whatnot right now. It doesn't make any sense. It's too good on Whatnot right now. It doesn't make any sense. Even if they paid me per show to do shows and stuff like that, it doesn't make any sense. I have 10 items listed right now on eBay and nothing is sold, and they have been listed for over 2 weeks. You have 10 items total. That's why. If you walk into a Walmart and they only have 10 items in the entire Walmart, what's the chances of those 10 items being the items that you want? You got to list more items. 10 items is not enough to say like eBay is not working. You gotta get more items listed. And good pictures, good photos work, good titles work, good keywords in your titles that draw people to your listings. But also making sure the items that you're listing are good quality listings that do sell frequently on eBay. So just because you list an item doesn't mean it's going to sell. If you list an item that has 10,000 listed and one sold, what are the chances that your one item is going to be the next one that sells? You have to do all that research on those items. You can't just list. Yeah, yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. Today's Taco Tuesday. You got tacos all week this week. Yeah, I got banned, but Nifty had me respond. They lifted it within 2 days. I still got sales though, just couldn't list. Yeah, it's very weird. And just pulling down listings gets you banned on Poshmark now. It's very weird. Yeah, Kayla's over there. She's getting all the stickers and stuff off the floor. We're gonna be cleaning most of the day today. Yeah, she is. Do you ever small rate? Yeah, we do raid smaller shows. I've talked about this too. I raid smaller shows, but I make sure the shows are like the titles and everything will fit my customers. I'm not just gonna raid I typically don't raid shows that aren't like clothing shows, women's or men's clothing shows. I don't raid those shows. Even if they're a smaller seller, I get it that I'm going to give them a bunch of customers. I'm going to give them a bunch of people. But what happens is if I raid them with, I got 66 people watching right now. Let's say I had 66 people watching on Whatnot, and you're not selling something my customers like, they're just going to go in and leave. They're not going to stick around. I want to raid somebody that they're going to stick around for. Because that can also hurt the streamer too, and a lot of people don't consider this. If I raid them with 66 people, it's the most people that they've ever had, and they only have them for 30 seconds, and then they're all gone. That will hurt the streamer. The streamer will be like, "Man, I just had an opportunity to sell to 66 people, and I ruined it." When really they didn't ruin it. They're just not selling the stuff that those people are interested in. So I do try to raid smaller streamers. I love raiding smaller streamers. I love doing raid streams and things like that, and bringing people to other people. But I also have to consider like the streamer too. If I'm streaming and somebody drops 4 million people on me, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna sell so much stuff, and then everybody leaves within 30 seconds. It's like, man, did I do something wrong? Was it me? Like, what? That I gotta protect the streamer too. What's a good amount to have listed? If you have 10, just keep listed. Just keep finding stuff around your house, going out to thrift stores and garage sales, and keep buying. There's no set number. You could sell every single day with 10 items listed if you have multi-quantity and they're items that sell super fast. But most likely what you're doing is you're listing items that don't have good sell-through rates. You're just listing stuff around the house that's going to take a little bit to sell. So just keep finding stuff. Once you start making sales, start taking that money that you're making from those sales and then buy a new inventory with it. That's what I would say. But to have 10 items yeah, I sold 9 items yesterday and I have 2,186 current listings on eBay. So if you do the math compared to what you have, it would probably take you a week to sell like one item or a month to sell one item based off the math that I just gave you on my own listings. So yeah, but yesterday was a slow day. Mondays are typically slow. All right, let's go ahead and ship some eBay orders. We've already shipped the Poshmark order, eBay order. First one that we're shipping out, this is a men's Polo Ralph Lauren 4XB, just solid black. I think this is a long sleeve too. Long sleeve shirt. Solid black Polo Ralph Lauren long sleeve shirt. Picked this up in a bulk buy for $8. This one sold for $29.99 plus shipping. And that's just going to go right into a poly bag and ship out. I'm trying to find. There we go. Poly bag and ship this out. Appreciate all the questions too. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. Like I said, this is going to be a short live, so the more questions you guys ask, the longer I will be on live for. Because we only have 8 more items to go. That one's going to ship for, it's 1 pound. Wow, that's a 1 pound shirt. I didn't expect that. I got it set for 15 ounces, but it's exactly a pound. I'm paying $7.01 for shipping, and the buyer paid $9 to ship that out. So I made a little bit of money on shipping. But yeah, eBay conversation was good yesterday. I like getting into the brains of those guys and figuring out new things. So it's cool that eBay's reaching out to sellers and giving them the opportunity to talk to people to try to build their businesses. Next up, we got a Patagonia. This is a men's medium worn wear pullover. We sold a bunch of these on Whatnot. This one we actually got at I got in a bulk buy. I paid $8 for this one. It took only a little bit to sell. We've only had this listed for about 2 weeks now. This one sold for $34.99 plus shipping. Sold a bunch of these, a lot less than that. People were asking me too, numbers wise, when it comes to those Patagonia and North Face shows, why it makes sense. Why does it make sense to sell them on Whatnot for less than you're going to sell them for on eBay? And it's because there's almost no time involved. All I have to do is hold this up. Like, it took us time to take photos of this, to do the listing, to list the item, to put away in inventory. When I sell on Whatnot, I just hold the item up and I sell it. There's no adding a listing. So that's why time-wise, you can sell way more on Whatnot than you can on eBay. To sell 500 Patagonia jackets right now during this season would take so long for all those to sell. I sold all of them in 5 hours on 2 separate shows. So that's why Whatnot works. Do you buy any color shirts as long as they're a popular brand? Really just depends on the brand. Like solid black shirts, like the one I just sold. It's a Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a solid black shirt. It's just a staple clothing item for most guys' wardrobes. So that's why that sells pretty well. And it's a 4XP. It was a big and tall size. I want to do a thrift June 11th, and I'm down for the Wu-Tang concert. Possibly next month on the 11th. I'll have to see what we're doing moving wise and stuff. But let us know like a week before, Trisha. We'll probably do it. How do you organize the different size bags and poly bags? We only have one size poly bag. We only use this size poly bag for everything that we do. So everything fits in this bag, whether it's a jacket or whether it's a shirt. They all go in the same inventory system. We fold them so that way they all fit about the same. As you can tell, this shirt is thicker than this shirt, but they're both the same size based off the way we fold. So that way when we put them in the box, they all fit together. But yeah, we don't use different size bags. If anything is too big, it usually gets hung up. Are you happy with the multi-color microphone you purchased? If so, if you have time, can you add it to your store, please? Yeah, I bought this on TikTok Shop. I don't really use it too often, to be honest. I only use it for videos, just for the look of it. But during the day, I just use my own microphone. I like it though. It's a cheap one. I don't know if it's still available on TikTok Shop though. A lot of the stuff on TikTok Shop is becoming unavailable because of the tariffs. About 5 Polo Ralph Lauren 5XP shirts for $8 each. Would you sell them individually? You could either lot them or individually sell. If you lot them, what I would do is do a lot of 2 and a lot of 3, not a lot of 5, because if you do a lot of 2 and a lot of 3, you open yourself up to more customers. There's less people that want 5 polo shirts, unless you're going to give them a really, really good deal, and then they might buy them just because it's a good deal. But I would lot them. You can lot them up, or you can do it individually. That's up to you. Do you have any type of microphone for Whatnot? No, I just use my phone, and I don't even really use it like a mic. You'll see me like wear my mic on my hat. I don't use that on Whatnot either. What is the fee structure like on Whatnot? It's 8% fees plus 2.9% plus a processing fee, which I think is 30 cents. So it ends up being around around 11% fees, as long as you sell items above the $10 price point. If you sell items like around $1 or $2, you have a 30-cent fee automatically. That eats your cost like enormously. If I sell something for $1 on Whatnot, you're only getting around 45 cents on that item, because you automatically have that 30-cent fee as a processing fee. So you're looking to sell higher dollar items on Whatnot to help with that processing fee. But yeah, it ends up being around 11% is what you pay, which is lower than eBay. I have 7.2% fees because I'm part of the Premier program. That's why I have the wings on my logo. That means I sold $50,000 worth of stuff in 3 months, so they give me a discount in fees. And I also got I supposedly have like a person I'm able to talk to, but I've never talked to a person yet. So I don't know if that's just part of it, and I'm supposed to like reach out to them to figure that out, but I don't know. Do you have to have somewhat of a large following on Whatnot in order to start selling there? It helps to have social media, of course. Whatnot is like having a brick and mortar. I always relate it to a brick and mortar. If you just open a store and you do no advertising at all, and you just open your doors and you expect there to be 500 people walking through your doors on the first day, you're setting yourself up to fail. You can grow organically. You can open your doors to your business and then slowly have people come in, and then word of mouth spread. People see the deals that you're giving. More people show up. But what I'll say is social media is free. So you can start posting on social media for free. Doesn't cost you anything. And start advertising, give out free information about what you're doing, kind of like what we do, and you can grow a following there. Or you can grow organically on Whatnot. You can just start doing shows, know that you're only going to have 5 to 10 people in your first couple shows. Slowly that's going to grow to 15, 20, 25, 30 as you put in more items and put in better items, and you run better shows and you learn how to run a Whatnot show. You're going to gain that following. It does take time though. Don't expect to just fire up a Whatnot show and sell a bunch of stuff. That's just it's a bad expectation. When will Kayla have? Kayla doesn't sell the hangers. It's Trisha. Trisha has the hangers, and hopefully soon. I'll get on to her about that. I know a lot of people want those hangers. Gonna go eat lunch now. Bye. There's Trisha. She's leaving right now. What's up, Amy? I should be clicking these, by the way. I never did this. What do you do with unsold items? Post cheaper? How long do you wait? So a lot of the stuff we clearance out on Whatnot. We've done a lot of clearance shows over the last couple months. Although we don't try to do those too often. We try to bring fresh inventory to Whatnot. You can do discount sales on eBay. You can do, I was talking to the eBay rep, you can do buy one, get one deals to clear out old inventory. You can select certain items if you want to do that. You can do set discounts on those items. You can do set discounts if they buy in bulk. So if you wanted to really clear out inventory, you could do a set discount on that specific inventory. Whereas if you buy $50 worth of stuff, you get 50% off your order or something like that. So that inclines them to like bundle their items in your eBay store. There's lots of ways to do it. But we just usually run stuff on Whatnot. That's how we get rid of it. Does the Premier program on Whatnot stay with you always? No. So every month you get reevaluated. So we just got reevaluated on the first of the month, and then we got it again. We should now have it for the rest of the year because you're supposed to sell $50,000 in 3 months on Whatnot to keep it. Last month we did 50,000 just in 1 month. So basically for the next 3 months we automatically have it, even if we stop selling right now for the next 2 months, because we've already hit the $50,000 sales goal. So yeah, we'll have it for the rest of the year for sure. Can you make a video guide on steps on live selling and how to make shipping labels on every winner's bids on Whatnot? That confuses me. It's really easy. After the show, all your items get put into, let me see if I can show this without showing any information from my buyers. Shipments, shipping. So this is what it's going to look like. Literally, it bundles everything for you. Everything gets bundled for you, just like this. And then all you're going to do is right over here, it's going to hit generate label. I've already done it, obviously, because I've already shipped out everything from yesterday's shows. But you hit generate label, and it bundles everything for you. So then it just generates a label, and you put it in the box. If it's a priority mail box, you're going to stick it in a priority mail box. You can put it in any priority mail regular rate box. Can't put it in flat rate boxes unless you do flat rate shipping on Whatnot. And then if it's Ground Advantage or Hazmat, you're going to put it in your own box or bag. Super easy to do. Super easy to do. Nifty is supposed to have, again, I don't care about Etsy, so I'm not really looking forward to this, but supposedly Etsy is supposed to be coming out super soon. On the first, she mentioned it was supposed to take about a week to 2 weeks to have it out. Again, I don't really care about Etsy, so I'm not looking forward to it. I care about Whatnot, and I've been pushing her super hard on getting Whatnot. She was mentioning that she was going to try to do Facebook Marketplace, and I told her nobody's selling on Facebook Marketplace. It's like the wild west again on Facebook. So I told her, don't focus on that. Everybody wants Whatnot. If everybody here could cross-list all their inventory to Whatnot and just sell their inventory that they already have listed, it would take so much stress off of people trying to set up shows. Because you'd already just move your inventory over, and then you can fire up a show and then sell your stuff right out of your inventory. That's how it should be. So if you're doing random pulls on Whatnot, is it better to do like a generic listing with the weight of the items? Yes. So on the random pool Patagonia shows, what we did is we set our weights to 1 to 2 pounds, because basically everything that we're selling is between 1 to 2 pounds, except for the really heavier jackets. Like basic sweaters and stuff are always usually 2 pounds or less. So all of our listings are 1 to 2. Once we get to like a 500 down filled like trench coat that weighs like 3 to 4 pounds, that's when I had Kayla adjust the weights, and she just adjusted for 1 or 2 listings. I'd usually try to run 1 or 2 heavy jackets back to back, so that way we don't have to keep adjusting back and forth. You run those 2, you adjust the weights, then you go back down to 1 to 2 pounds, and then you run a bunch of 1 to 2 pounds jackets. If you're doing like a show with long sleeve shirts, jackets, short sleeves, you might want to make 2 separate listings, one for a heavier weight and one for a lighter weight. A lot of sellers do that. Just keep in mind when you run it that way, you got to keep those listings separate, because the number is going to go up according to the listing. So if you run 2 shirts, let's say, and they're 10 ounces, right? And it's going to start with shirt number 1, shirt number 2. Then when you run 2 heavy jackets, now it's going to say jacket number 1, jacket number 2. You can't just hang all those up. You got to separate those out, so when you ship, you can grab the right items. because you're going to have two number 2s, you're going to have two number 1s. So just keep that in mind when you're doing those shows. We like to keep everything in one listing and then just adjust the listing, so that way when we pull the show at the end, we're just looking for specific numbers instead of looking for specific spots where we have our listings, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's ship the next item on eBay. We got a men's large Polo Ralph Lauren polo. Sold this for $19.99. I bought this super cheap. I've been buying these in wholesale deals. They've been reaching out to me. A lot of rag houses and stuff like that have these available at all times. There's not a lot of people that want these because these aren't super desirable pieces. People want Polo Ralph Lauren with the big hits and stuff like that, so they always have these left over. And a couple of these rag houses have been hitting me up and saying, hey, I got polos, I'll sell them to you, it's super cheap. So I buy these usually between $3 to $5 a piece, and they are shipped right to my door. These I bought around that $3 price point, and I'm going to sell them for $19.99. When we move, that's going to be a big portion of my business because we're going to have Joey home pretty much all the time. So with Joey being home, we're not going to have a lot of time to source. So if I'm able to get these delivered right to my door, I'm able to convert a $3 to $5 purchase on a $20 sale, and I can just bang out a bunch of listings really fast. That's going to be a big portion of my business. So I'll let you guys know when that happens. As soon as we move, you guys are probably going to see a lot of listing lives, like me out taking photos during the day too, like just firing up a live for like 2 hours and watching me list a bunch of polo shirts. And I'm going to get a bunch of comments of people saying, doesn't make any sense, you're selling these too cheap. But if you're getting them delivered right to your door, you don't have to source, you don't have to spend any time. And if I can get anywhere between 150 to 250 of these delivered to me every single week, I will do that all day because that's just easy money. And there are some really good polos they send too. I actually have my first order with another one coming either today or tomorrow, just a little test order to see what they have. And they've already sent me a video, and they have big pony polos and stuff like that are going to go for 30 to 40 bucks. So I do have some of those mixed in, but then I have the basic bread and butter stuff too. Did you guys put an offer in the house? No, we still have to put our house up for sale. That's why Kayla's prepping the house right now. Photos are going to happen, I think, Friday this week of this house. Then the house will be up on market. As soon as our house is up on market, then we can make an offer on another house. But we can't do it until we have our house up first. Next up, Howler Bros shirt. Men's Howler Bros, great brand to look for. I got this one in a bulk buy too. A lot of stuff I've been buying in bulk buys lately because I haven't had a time to go source, but luckily I have a connection locally that sources, and I just buy it off of him. Paid $8 for this one. This one sold for 36 bucks. Good brand to look for, Howler Bros. Love finding it. If you find Howler Bros, pretty much anything Howler Bros will still sell. Although it's taking a little hit, so just don't expect it to sell like crazy in a couple years. But it's still selling well. You know, you're really noisy over there. Sorry. Oh, by the way, we're gonna do a pop-up whatnot show probably tomorrow night. Tomorrow night or tonight?
I have to get up really early Thursday morning.
That's okay. I can run the show. I don't need your help. But tomorrow night we're probably gonna do a pop-up whatnot show, and I have a bunch of merch shirts that I'm gonna auction off for $1. I haven't even put them up. I have like a whole box of K-Way merch shirts, the gray ones with the hit on the front and the big hit on the back. We bought those a while ago because people were asking us to make merch. We sold a bunch of them, and then we just kind of stopped selling them. And I have a whole box of them off in the corner over there that Kayla's going through. That box right there has a bunch of them. So I'm probably going to auction them off for $1. We're going to lose money on them, but I don't care. I just want to get rid of them. We're not making any more merch. So if you want a K-Way shop shirt with a hit on the front and a big hit on the back, that'll be tomorrow night. We'll auction them all off and just get rid of them because we're clearing out all the stuff sitting around the house. So who are you working with to sell? I'd love to see a listing as I have clients seeking the house that is. Who are you working with to sell? I'm working with my sister. My sister is a realtor, so we're working with her. So I don't think we'd work with anybody else, to be honest, because I want to help my sister make some money. Next up, Bad Birdie polo shirt, really good one. I don't know if we sold this colorway on Whatnot, but this specific colorway is a good one. This one sold for $64.99. Remember what we were selling these for, chat? You guys were picking these up for like anywhere between 15 to 35 bucks on average is what you were paying for these. Sold this one for $64.99. You guys got deals on those. So if you got those, get them listed because they're selling right now. They are selling. All right, this one is just gonna slide in a poly bag and ship out. Bad Birdie Polos. I don't think we sold that pattern specifically. I might actually do another show with those too because I got a bunch of those left over. I might do a Bad Birdie show again. Whoever sent me the listing, may have a buyer for her. I just sold my sister's house, so love that house. Have her listing it. Got you. Like this house? I mean, if you DM me, send me a DM because it's gonna be listed. I'll just send you the listing as soon as it's listed. And yeah.
For Amy. We need to give one to Amy.
Oh yeah. Just set them up there. Yeah. Just message me on Facebook. And as soon as it's listed, I'll just send you the listing. What's up, Gladys? Gladys in the house. All right, 2 more items going out the door. 2 good sales. Like I said, we didn't have a ton of sales yesterday. Monday's usually a slower day for us, but we had some really good ones. So next up, lots of brand new tag stuff selling too. Brand new tag men's Rock Revival jeans. They're size 42-34. I think I paid. I want to say I paid. It was somewhere in the 30s, like $36 for these. I bought these a while ago, and I didn't put the price I paid in the listing, but I think it was like somewhere around $36. These sold for $99, full, not full price sale. This had a discount on it because it was over that $50 mark. But anyways, $99 plus shipping on a pair of men's Rock Revival jeans. And these are just gonna go right into a poly bag and ship out. These were purchased online arbitrage. So basically, I bought them from an online store, online retail store, and had them delivered right to my house. Listed a bunch of them, got them in huge quantities, and have been consistently selling them. So they're not super fast sellers, but I only had to make one listing, and now I just wait for them to sell. As soon as they sell, I pack them up and ship them out. Do you cross list everything from your eBay to other platforms? Pretty much. Most of our clothing, some of our hard goods we don't because you can't really cross list hard goods to Depop, but I don't really list too many hard goods. All clothing gets listed to Poshmark and Depop. The only items I wouldn't that are clothing that I wouldn't cross list are like really, really high dollar items. And I'm talking like $500 or $600 like clothing pieces. And I don't cross list those to Depop because I just don't feel like Depop has enough seller protections. Somebody will buy that and say they didn't get it, and then I'll be out $600. Whereas Poshmark and eBay has better seller protections, so I will list those items on those 2 platforms. But everything else gets cross-listed. So like these Rock Revival jeans, they're cross-listed to all platforms. I use Nifty to do that. Nifty's super easy to cross-list. I'll show you how I cross-list in just a second once I get done shipping this out. But it's so easy to cross-list. You can list an item on eBay, download the listing, or you can list it right on Nifty and then cross-list it across all platforms. Super, super fast. So I just listed a bunch of stuff last night, and I didn't get a chance to cross-list it, so this will be a good opportunity to show you guys how cross-listing works. Basically, I listed all these items to eBay last night and the night before. I've actually listed quite a few, but I haven't had time to cross-list. As you can see, all these poncho shirts are in there. So let's say this Orvis shirt, or this Orvis pullover, I want to cross-list this. The Poshmark has all my information in there. All I do is scroll to the bottom, making sure everything's correct, and I hit list. So easy peasy. Yeah, you started using Nifty from the link, nice. And then this one's going to be listed to Poshmark in just a second. As soon as it's listed to Poshmark, then what I'll do is I'll cross-list it over to Mercari or not Mercari, Depop. So here we go, Depop. Same thing, scroll to the bottom, list on Depop. Now that item is listed to Depop. This is what I'll actually do after the live. And there we go. We just cross-listed 2 items super fast. So yeah, anything that's under like I'd say $250, I will cross-list across all platforms. If it's a higher dollar item, I usually just don't cross-list those to Depop. And I don't cross-list to Mercari anymore because Mercari is just dead. But if you want to try Nifty, if you just saw that and you liked what you saw, also have sharing and all that stuff. I just put the link in the bio because I'm sure I'm going to get that question. It's always in the description of the live as well too, but I just put it in the comment section. So if you're interested, you can just click that. It's a 7-day free trial and you get 15% off your first month. All right, last sale is a Wilson's leather jacket. This one I actually asked you guys when I was at the thrift store. I was like, hey, do these sell? And everybody was like, yes, they sell. And I was like, I've seen so many people selling these, and I I'm gonna give it a shot and see if these sell, because I pass on these all the time. These Wilson leather jackets. Here's the jacket right here. This is like a motorcycle style Wilson leather jacket. Just a nice heavy leather piece. Picked this up for $13.89. I think we bought it about a month ago, and it sold for $42 plus shipping. So good little sale right there. I'll definitely start picking these up, especially if I can get them for, right around that $10 buy cost. Usually leather jackets are priced up a little bit at thrift stores, but if I can get it right around $10, I will definitely pick these up because I used to pass on these all the time. Obviously, it's not even jacket season right now, and this is selling for $42. That's a good sign that they'll keep selling. And then as soon as we get close to winter time, I'll probably try to load up on these this year and then list a bunch of them all at once. So, and that's the last sale. I'm gonna throw that in a box after the live because I don't have a box near me that will fit that. So that's it. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We will be doing a pop-up Whatnot show tomorrow night. I'll be selling everything that we have left in this room because I want to clear out this room before pictures are taken on Friday. So we'll do that on Wednesday night. And then this weekend, we have brand new at Tag Polo Ralph Lauren on the way. Should be here by Friday. So brand new at Tag Polo Ralph Lauren for Saturday's Whatnot. And then I might do a very, very small test Whatnot on Sunday. We got brand new at Tag Michael Kors dresses, like really, really high dollar ones, like ones that retail for like $400 or $500. So maybe I'll do that on Friday. If that lands on Friday, I'll probably do that on Friday. We'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do. But anyways, that's it. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and